Hello YouTube, it's Michael here, doing my Wii update video. I just did my 360, my PS3. I apologize for the cutoff of PS3 stuff. I had to trim my video, trim some content out, so it just kind of cut off at where it allowed me. But I'll try to fit everything in this time. But I'll get right into it. I picked up, I believe, 17 games for my Wii stuff. Two of the games are duplicates, so you can consider those new or not. But I'll get into it here. The first game I'm showing is called A Boy and His Blob. I've actually been looking for this game in store for a while. I couldn't find it in store, so I ordered one on eBay. I bought this for $12 with free shipping and stuff. I've been really looking for this game. Someone had mentioned this game. I'm also looking for Lost in Shadow. I'm looking for a handful of other Wii games, but if you don't remember, Boy and His Blob actually came out on the NES. And it's in this. It's pretty much a remake. You know, you feed them jelly beans. It's a puzzle game, puzzle platformer. I thought it was a fun game. I think this will become a little more collectible and rare down the road. I think it's kind of got a little cult following going for it. But again, it's a fun game. Not the easiest to find. So I'd keep an eye out for it for around the $10 to $15 price range. This next game I picked up because it was cheap. It's called Alien Syndrome. Actually, I used to own this game for the PSP back when I owned a PSP back in the U.S. Army. But it was 99 cents, I believe. It was either 99 cents or $2. Actually, I enjoyed the game a little bit. It's kind of like well, this one, I thought it was more top-down in the terms of like Smash TV and stuff. But it's just like a kind of a over-the-shoulder third-person shooter type game, but I do compare it more to like Smash TV and stuff like that. If you ever played the Super Smash or Smash TV for NES, SNES, but I had some fun with this game. Definitely for the $2 price range. I don't think it's anything special. Sometimes Sega stuff becomes a little more collectible down the road, but this should rise in value just a little bit. But like I said, I don't think it's anything special. This next game I picked up because I really enjoyed the first one. It's called The Blob 2. And this case doesn't hold this disc very well, but like I said, I really enjoyed the first one. My opinion is that the Wii controls are the best for this game. They made it for, I know PS3. I haven't seen it for 360. They might have made it for 360, at least the first Blob. But I enjoyed this game. I think this was a $2 game as well. Again, I don't think it's going to be anything special, but it's a fun game, especially for the price. You can't go wrong with a $2 game, and it's not real shovelware or anything. Like I said, I think the developers put a little bit of heart and soul into this game. So you go around coloring the city as a blob. It's got some interesting controls to it. It takes a little bit to get used to, but I think it's a fun game. This next game I picked up too, it's another cheap game. I think this was 99 cents or $2. If you see a theme here. I have always enjoyed pinball games. You know, I'm a sucker for pinball games. Like I said, I've always enjoyed them. I think they're cool games. So one you can find for $1 or $2, I think is always worth it. South Peak Games actually makes some rare games. You know, they don't produce a lot or publish a lot of games. So again, this isn't anything special. It's not going to become like super expensive or rare down the road, but I definitely think it's worth the $2 that it's worth now. This next game I picked up, I see a lot in Hidden Gems videos for the Wii, and that's called Excitebots Trick Racing. It's kind of a neat game. It's got a real kid vibe to it, though. If you can get past that, it's very customizable. And I do believe it's at least Nintendo published. I don't think it was made by Nintendo. I think it was made by another third party. But anything Nintendo usually puts their name on is pretty quality. And I enjoyed this game. This was a $2 game. So if you can find it complete, this is in excellent condition when I found it at GameStop. That's why I picked it up. And again, I knew about this game. I knew it was a hidden gem. So that's why I picked it up. There's another one that I showed in a earlier video called Excite Truck. It's kind of in the same vein, but Excitebots is a little bit better. They're both the same price though, so I'd pick up either of them if you can find them complete. I found this game. I've always been a fan of Final Fantasy, whether or not that you consider Final Fantasy a legitimate RPG now, or you consider them a good RPG even now. This one's missing the manual. No, it's not missing the manual. I thought it was missing the manual. This one I think was like $8 or $10 or something like that. They had a special where they're doing buy two get one on their Wii stuff. So this is one of the games I picked up. But if you know anything about the Crystal series, they're normally for Nintendo. They're normally action RPGs, not real deep or anything, but always a fan of Final Fantasy, and so that's why I picked it up. And they actually made this game too. This was another game I picked up for the buy two get one. This one does not have the manual though. This one is like in a Blockbuster case or something. But this one's called Echoes of Time. I do believe this is a DS port. So they're porting DS games to the Wii. You know it's not going to be real good. I've heard kind of negative things about this, but I enjoyed this a little bit. Some of the cameras can be a little wonky and the gameplay isn't real tight, but it's still an enjoyable game. It's kind of on more the expensive side. Like, if you buy this at GameStop, it's, I think, believe $15. But like I said, I bought this for a buy two get one. So this was one of the games I had to buy. I think I got the other Final Fantasy for free. I didn't want to show this game, so I picked this up at a flea market. I found it for I believe $20 or $25. I'll pick up any copy of Fire Emblem for 20 or 25, as you can see. So, but and they're all complete. But I enjoy Fire Emblem games. They're actually gaining a lot of popularity now, so I think they'll be producing more. There's a game I'm looking forward to called Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem for the Wii U, and I think that game will become rare down the road and collectible. I'll be picking that one up day one. But I've always enjoyed the Shin Megami Tensei and Fire Emblem games, so this one usually goes for between I want to say $60 to $70 complete online. I think it sells for $65 at GameStop used. So I picked this one up because I've been looking for it. Just a note to you collectors out there, like myself, there's a giant box for this with an art book. This one did not come with it. I bought this for I believe $20 at a flea market. No, I bought it at GameStop. I thought I bought it at a flea market, but this one comes with the soundtrack at least, which is nice. This was a nice collection actually. It's got Kirby's Dream Land. Well, it's got Kirby's Dream Land for Game Boy, Kirby's Dream Land 2 for Game Boy, Kirby's Adventure for NES, Kirby's Superstar for Super Nintendo, Kirby's Dream Land 3 for Super Nintendo, and Kirby and the Crystal Shards. And it's got like a little bit of history. It's got new challenges. It's got some really good classic titles for it. It's a little more on the pricey side. I think you can pick it up with the overbox and the soundtrack and the art book for about $30 to $40 complete. So it's definitely worth it. I've always enjoyed the Kirby's games, even though I do believe they're a little easier, they're a little more kid friendly than even other Nintendo IPs, which are normally kid friendly. But I think it's a worthwhile investment. I think it'll hold its value. I'm not sure how much more it will increase. But Nintendo IPs have been holding their value pretty well. I'm not sure why, because they always sell pretty well. So I did want to point this game out. I picked this one up the other day. It was 99 cents. Let me show you something here. This was my other copy of it. I did, if you see another video, I did mention how Jason just completely ruined this game. The disc is in horrible shape. It still plays. I tested it. It still plays at least. And this one is just in beautiful shape. It's pretty much scratch-free and complete. No stickers on it. 99 cents. Again, I mentioned this before. It kind of reminded me of Marble Madness and Coropina. There's another one for the Wii, kind of in the same vein. But it's a cool game for $1. I pick it up for $1 if you can find it. So, and I have another Wii. That's why I picked this up. I'll probably end up selling the Wii. I've been picking up a couple of cheap duplicates so I can add to that Wii to sell later. So, but this next game I'm going to say is pretty rare. I've been looking for this game for a while. Back in the early 90s when I was in elementary school, I used to play this game called Oregon Trail. It was in black and orange. It was a DOS game, I believe, and I grew up with this game. It's I didn't hear very good things about this game, but it holds a special place in my heart. And GameStop sold this to me for $17, I believe. Online, it goes between $30 and $40 complete. And this was complete and pretty much mint. Actually, this came in a lot. I saw a family trade in their Wii with about 75 games. And every game you can think of that was in there. You know, all Nintendo IPs pretty much they traded in. And they traded that all that stuff in plus around, I think, $50 to $100 for a PlayStation 4. Totally not worth it. But I lucked out. I've been asking about this game at GameStops for a while, and like I said, I think this is a rare game now. I'm not sure how much more it's going to go up. I think it'll hit the $50 or $60 mark. Is my opinion on it. This next game I picked up because I've always liked Prince of Persia. Especially back on the PS2, the Sands of Time trilogy was really great. I think this is kind of a fighting game. This was $2 at GameStop, so they're selling a lot of their Wii games for cheap. And I don't know, it looks like a decent game. I actually have not put this in personally, so I cannot give you a honest assessment of what I think of this game. But it looks cool. I'm not a big fan of Ubisoft and how they bleed some of their franchises, but I enjoy the Prince of Persia series a little bit. I picked this game up because I've always really liked Punch-Out. If you remember, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was the original for the NES. They took Mike Tyson off because Mike Tyson kind of had a bad rep, so they just made it Punch-Out, and I think Mr. Dream was the last guy instead of Mike Tyson. But he was pretty much the same thing, just a white guy. Oh, it's in my, I believe it's in my Wii U. Let's take a look here. I was playing the hell out of this game the other day. It's pretty cool. Yep. There's my Punch-Out game. But anyway, it was complete. I found it. I found this one at a flea market. I think this is the one I was thinking of for $20. Actually, it might have been a little bit less because I was not looking. I know GameStop sells this for $35, which is way expensive. I think the price for this on price charts is about $12. So I usually try to stick under that. I think I might pick this up for 10. But I pick up so many games, sometimes it's hard to remember what I pick them up for. I do remember I do pick them up for pretty good prices. You know, I try not to spend a lot of money on games, even though I pick up a lot of games. But that's the reason why. I'd rather just pick up a bunch of good games for cheap than try to scalp them on eBay or to pay top retail price for them. And that's half the fun of collecting. Is finding all that cheap stuff. This next game is a Dreamcast remake called Samba De Amigo. I will say I thought this game was a little frustrating with the Wii controls. I remember playing this with the maracas for the Dreamcast. If you can find all that stuff with the Dreamcast, it's actually very collectible. But the Wii controls work decently for this. I think I'm just half dumb on how the controls work for this game. I only popped it in for about 5 minutes, and I couldn't get past the first level at first. But it's a little bit collectible. I can see this becoming a little bit rare down the road. It's only a $2 game now, so I don't think it's going to shoot up in price or anything. But I definitely keep an eye out for that complete. I don't see it that often. This next game is called Tenchu Shadow Assassins. It's complete, and what's this in here? Oh, there might be a map or something in here, which is kind of cool. Always glad when they put extra stuff in their games. But if you know anything about the Tenchu series, they're kind of stealth ninja games. I'm not sure. Like I said, I've not put this in, but it kind of looks similar to me as Tenchu, other Tenchu games that I played. They're kind of difficult from what I remember, and to find mature games on Nintendo consoles is not easy to do. It's kind of part of the reason I picked it up. Another reason is it's another $2 game. So, and then I picked this up not because I thought it would become rare or anything down the road, but it was $1. I know it didn't get great reviews. It's called Wii Music. I bought this just because it was completely mint and complete, and you know, I mean, they spent some time on this game. You know, there's like a 70-page manual and stuff, color manual for this. It's completely scratch free. It was $1. That's why I picked it up. But this will hold a special place in Wii history as one of the worst games that the Nintendo's ever produced, probably. So I kind of picked it up for that reason, you know, just kind of a history piece. So, but I don't know, if you can pick it up for $1, I think it's worth it, especially in this condition. And this last game I picked up, I'm not big on getting, disc-only games and stuff, but I found this one for $5, and it's called Walk It Out. When I read lists and stuff, this is completely scratch-free too. I wish it came with the case and manual, but there was a rare Wii games list I looked at, and they said Walk It Out was in one of them. I'm not sure if they reprinted it because the price has kind of plummeted on it. It used to be about a $50 game. I think it's about a 15 to 20 maybe complete now. So, but I bought it for $5 because it was $5. I actually heard it was a decent game. I haven't put it in, but we'll see. But that's my my Wii update video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll be doing some more videos here soon. Thanks.